Welcome one, welcome all, welcome to another exciting episode of Endless Space 2, the Rousing of the Unfallen. So today we are jumping back in. Let's see, Unfallen end of first stream. There it is. We had some pretty good luck so far in that first stream. But now we are entering a more difficult period. We have gotten a war with the Cravers, which is never a good fun time. And while we've managed to keep enemies and allies off of the planets we're hoping to make it part of our, still in a sort of tenuous situation. Because we want all of these systems to be our core empire. After that, take it or leave it. But these systems here definitely need to be part of our core. Which ones does this one give us? That's the same, huh? As this one here? Not great. I would have preferred a science system. That's not great either. A neutron star, collapsing star. Anyway, what we've done here is we're blockading this in the hopes of causing the outposts to go away. There's also a Craver scout here. So we definitely want to deal with that. There we go. One less thing to worry about. Now over here, we've got the Horatio scout that we've had here for a while. I guess he could merge with these guys. Are they the same move speed? 14 move speed. Yeah, that's the same. So they can all join together. Now we've got... Oh, Guardians, that's right. We do want to expose Guardians on our planets, if possible. Let's check and see if there's any others that we missed. Nope, those are locked. Signal's locked. Subterranean's locked. Okay, so I think we're good. Now, the thing about Guardians is they also help us if the enemy faction has them, because it reduces their influence. But the problem is they could just use their version of this action to sacrifice the Guardian to gain happiness. Or some other thing. I think that's what they get, though. But evading Guardians on this, you know, if there are any, there probably are some. Signal curiosity. Signal, atmospheric, subterranean. Well, if there were any there, you know, we'd want to be concerned about that. It would be nice if we could find one of those minor factions that repair depletion. Because if we're going to be fighting the Cravers, they're going to have depleted these worlds, I'm sure. I don't remember where it shows depletion. We might not be able to see the depletion until it's actually controlled by us. Either way, I don't think we want to expand in that direction towards the Cravers' depleted empires. We do have an ally. Our friends, the Lumeris over here, that are on the other side of the Cravers, are allied with us, and so they are also involved in the war. Let's see. This has some that need to be explored. Signal, Guardian. So let's send those scouts up that way. We're also currently in the process of vining this system. Okay, if we're going to hack something, let's go hack the Cravers, I guess. I don't know if this is going to work or not, but we'll try. It might not be far enough. I might have to go, like, up here, down here, and then over in the future. Saying we have something to do in here, but I don't know what it is. once this outpost goes away, Then we'll be able to get peace with the Softens again.
Nervous. What are you up to?
That event is over. We got the construction queue being done. We've got a lot of research queued up, if I remember. Oh, no, it's only 5 turns worth. I think we should try to get behemoths in order to build some of these. We have collapsing stars and neutron stars, which would lower the cost of our military technologies. That's interesting. And it would give us antimatter. Oh, climate engineering. That's nice too. And there was behemoth generators, bonus movement points, bonus vision. I don't know. Do I want to put science into the behemoth tech? If we had access to other types of these, it might have been worthwhile. Alternatively, we could try to get the ones that help our economy. It just seems like if you get one just for the mining probe and all the things that you can put on it, it's like you spent a lot of research to do that could have been done for some other purpose. But I wonder if I shouldn't start researching some more military aspects because we're at war with the Cravers. Let's do these, and then we'll consider it after that. That way we'll at least in a decent configuration. Okay, so what do we got over here? We've got these vine ships. We've got 2 more. So we've got 6 and we've got 7. So we need 3 more vine ships, technically speaking. Ah, smart tax collection. Oh, they should definitely get to level 2 first and foremost. I don't think this is the spot we want to locate the subsidiary. We're going to put it in a better position. Vine ships take 6 turns each. Well, let's try doing them down here where they won't take so many turns. Here's a 3 turn. Why does this not say how long it'll take? Oh, because Planet Cracker is currently being utilized. Adaptive taxation systems. Bonus to dry and temperate. Well, that's actually very good. We are bleeding money at the moment because we've got a lot of vine ships, and I think those cost money. Let's do 1 more vine ship and also have that. So I think we've got 3 vine ships queued up in the near future. If I did that right. That way we'll have 2 groups of 8 vine ships each that we can utilize. Event end. Progress. We gained control of the constellation Aquila, even though we didn't do anything to it. That's interesting. Ah, I forgot to actually turn on... Oh, that's interesting. Only 1 fleet can be involved in the vine ship thing. So we could merge another one with this fleet to slightly decrease the time. Now it's 9 turns, but we can't speed it up with a 2nd fleet. We're supposed to get an outpost on 2 unique planets in less than 7 turns, and I'd absolutely love to. Oh, we got 60% of the galaxy has been searched. Yay. So now we've got these 3 plus these 2. We can merge them and put them over here. Well, let's put them here first. Because apparently we've got somebody coming in. A pupa. What is it doing coming this direction, I wonder? I figured it would go here. Guardian. Ground battle remains. There was a ground battle. This must be the pirates. Got some Hyperium loot and a signal curiosity. Oh, we found a Riftborn population. Okay. Now, it also seemed to suggest that we lost control, diplomatic control of these guys over here. Which is okay. I don't think we were going to really worry about trying to become their suzerain forever. But interesting that the Vidyani got control of them, being so far away. Alright, well, it is what it is. Let's see what else is going on this turn. Hello, is Luda Tangle? I love the music in this game. Cerebral reality on Nakos is complete. Did I build... Oh, I did put a vine ship here, but it's currently queued up. What is this thing doing? Oh, there it is. It finally came in. So now we can attack it with our needles. Destroy it! So it retreated. It's going back the way it came, which means we can follow it. We've got some scouts heading that way also. Now, of the scouts that we have over here, I guess we can do that. We'll send the scouts over here to try to reveal those curiosities. A bunch more curiosities have recently been built. Because we, not built, not constructed per se, but have recently been revealed because of our technological prowess. And soon this is going to be gone, right? 5 turns, it will be gone. Reduced to nothing. Population decreasing on Ingress. We have to go look that up. Ah, we completed our chapter of our faction quest. New luxury resources discovered. Oh, these are being revealed because our ally is doing some exploration. Okay. I was like, I don't think I have any scouts out there. What's going on? The deluge of change does not abate. The Unfallen move like a forest in the wind, sometimes leaning in one direction and sometimes the other. In the noise and confusion, I think that the heart is beating louder in order to get their attention. When I try to listen to the heart, to understand it as the thirds do, I think that Mufasa and Atalata may both be correct. We must sway other peoples to see things the way that we see them, and perhaps reach out to them and change ourselves in doing it. So, do we convince them, or do we control them? 2875 manpower. It's not actually out of the question. Heart's Hammer. A beam weapon that does 19 DPS. That also kills 4 crew per hit. And has a 15% chance at critical hit. Or Heart's Ward. A shield module. So let's take a look at how those compare. The Heart's Hammer is 19, 15, and 4. And if we compare that to this, 25, 5, and 4 also lowers opponent's energy weapon accuracy. So this is strictly better, but it also costs Hyperium to build. So it's strictly better than our base beam. Now what was the other reward that we could get here for pacifism? Heart's Ward, a shield module, 50, 1600, and 650. Well, it does seem to be better even than this improved uniform shielding. It has a larger capacity and a better energy defense. This one, however, has that minus 50% critical hit situation going on. Oh, that's not even the right one. This is the one I'm thinking of. I think the energy defense of 650 is worth more. So we need to reach 40 positive diplomatic pressure with another empire. I wonder if that includes empires that we're at war with. Pressure trend based on score difference. We're doing better than the Vadyani. So maybe we can do that one. Let's go ahead and try that. And then up here, we found the enemy. They cannot retreat. They will be destroyed. And we'll gain a little bit of experience. Probably should have done the thing where we get some money too, but I don't know what this little fleet here is. That's bizarre. That must be one of the citizen ones that we found as part of a exploration situation. Ah, so we can already start implanting a beacon for the vines here. Meanwhile, there is something to search for. Guardian, Guardian, life form subterranean. Subterranean could be a resource, adamantium, excellent. And then life form, that could be a luxury resource. It was just some loot. It wasn't an ongoing source of luxury resource. That's too bad. New event, The Dead. A distress signal of ostensibly Lumeris origin leads your fleet to a small frozen planet where you find a wrecked Lumeris freighter still sending out its plaintive call into the void. Everyone around the ship is dead, having starved or frozen to death long before the arrival of help. Yeah, we'll take the money. Just loot it. We don't need happiness. What are you talking about? What are you talking about, Willis? So this is our main admiral. So we want to focus on things that improve the fleet, especially experience per turn, right? That's really nice to have, especially if you're sort of in a peaceful situation. We want these guys to get over here ASAP. We want our military force to blockade that. Yep, that they'll be protecting our main group. The Vadyani here, we're at Cold War with them. I'm going to attack them, put a little more pressure on them. They ran away. So this, because we're refusing their demand, it increases our pressure on them. They shouldn't be over here. This is clearly marked with large gunships. Smoking gun part 1. Well, we can't cheat because we're a democracy, so
the faith,
she gets
that
extra
requires.
garrison per turn on systems near me as a consequence of our threat. Alright, so we gained a couple of amoebas. That's good, because we want at least one minor faction on every one of our systems if we can. We get an extra vine ship on case. That was probably a mistake then. Oh no, I already moved it forward. Okay, got it. So we've unlocked a new hull design, along with basic bombers and such. Market speculators are dumping titanium. Well, that suggests I might be able to snap it up at a cheap price. Except that's not true at all. Oh, they're dumping it because it's expensive? Because I could definitely get rid of some. I have a lot. What is this 150? Is that what it's selling for? Must be. We'll get rid of 25. So we've lowered the price. Yeah, this is the sell, this is the buy price. I see. The market seems to be working well. I remember, and I mentioned this in the past, the mod seemed problematic because the resources were so in demand that there were never any in the market. The AI nor me would ever want to sell because we were always at very low numbers. But around 50 seems healthy. That means there's people on the market willing to sell when the price gets high enough. And for me, that's the correct balance. Alright, so these guys are just defending here. I don't want to attack my erstwhile eventual re-ally. So I think we're just going to continue and hope we get these vines up here as soon as possible. The next step is to go straight to Antares. So we can get that before our allies try any more tricks. And by that I mean, you know, just being. Alright, so that will speed this up. Now it's 10 turns. Excellent. Now what can we do with... Let's take a quick look at the enemy's systems here. Using our scouts.
How dare you threaten the Empire?
The Empire's forcing their diplomatic imbroglio on me. I'm not a fan of that. But, you know what, I am a fan of using it on others.
Unwelcome. For what reason do you interrupt our crusade?
It will increase our pressure on them. Right now it's +1. I'll spend the 250.
The actions of demons.
And now it's +3.5.
You test my patience.
Wow.
Speak swiftly.
Anyway, not a fan of your diplomatic imbroglio. We're going to imbroglio you right back.
I can't.
Take that, thusly. The diplomatic pressure system is very interesting. I do...
This had better be good.
So open
Meeting with
border,
you was
attack
already one
fleets,
too
and
many
attack
today.
systems. These are all allowed because we're at Cold War with them. And right now, the pressure trend is 0.07 against these guys in our favor. So this pressure slowly goes this way. And when it gets to this threshold, we can make diplomatic demands of them because we have some kind of, not control, but influence over them and their politics. Think about how China has a lot of influence over the United States because of how many products are made in China and how many things are sold to Chinese areas, right? Our empires and economies are intertwined to some degree. And I think that's being represented by this pressure, is maybe our culture is exporting things that their culture wants, and so we could threaten to potentially cut that off, or we could use that influence in some way to get important people within their empire to give us what we want. So that's kind of partly what this represents. And then if it gets to here, we can make some basic diplomatic demands, like, hey, give us some money, you know, as a tribute for all that we're doing for you. And then if it gets here, we can make some real big demands of them. And so it's good to see that it's going out in almost every direction. Now, you can also see why it's doing that. In the case of these guys, it's because a little bit because of score difference, and also because they demanded I stop attacking them, and I said no, which pushed more pressure onto them. And then the imbroglio option, I just spent 250 influence to add an extra 2.5 for a certain number of turns. I don't remember which one it is. But these guys are also from the score difference. So I've got a high score here, but the Cravers actually have a score that's higher than mine. I'm in the second place, it looks like, and the Horatio are in third. So the Cravers I definitely have to watch out for. I really am fairly vulnerable. I have one combat-capable fleet. If they show up with a superior fleet, I'm in trouble. That's why I want to get my dust up so that I can have more fleets out there. The other thing is, I probably don't need this guy anymore out there. I probably am going to put him in charge of this system as soon as it becomes built, so that it can help speed up the actual process of getting infrastructure built. I could put him in charge of this right now, actually. Let's do that. Because he has what bonuses that help on systems? Bonus food, bonus production, bonus dust, and then bonus food and production per pop as well. So that's going to help a lot here. And we're building a lot of farm stuff because there's no real good place to build food here. But none of that really matters until we get, you know, more colonies going. Because right now we're at max pop already. And we do have strategic deposits, so that's a good one too. Let's rush that one. That one's going to help us a lot, actually. Alright, so we got more amoebas. Did we get amoebas brought over here? Actually, we've got Horatio over here. Okay, that's right. We got some free pop on that spot when we finished one of the quests. Alright, integrated weaponry and a plasma intensifier. Excellent. One of my heroes, my military hero. I wanted to give him that, but it has to be orbiting one of our star systems. So we have to wait until this has been added to the Empire to upgrade his stuff. Meanwhile, in here, an atmospheric curiosity leads to what? Super Spuds. 2 signal curiosities. Oh, all the remaining curiosities here have been revealed. Oh no! They were both the same effect. What? There were 3 signal curiosities and they all had the same effect of being revealed at the same time? Fantastic. Just fantastic. Alright. Well, I guess they don't need to be there anymore. I could send them to Bria. Ah, we've hacked our erstwhile enemy here in Ramor. We don't have anything there. New minor civilization discovered. Those are other warmongers, huh? I think embedding a sleeper. This will give you vision and economic bonuses until they are killed. I have tried to find out what those economic bonuses are and been unsuccessful. Everything I find is about the Umbral Choir. Oh, interesting. Graph detailing, siphoned. Okay, that's where I can find out how much they're doing. So let's have them embed a sleeper. And theoretically, this... we have a total of 1 sleeper among their systems. If we get to 5, that's where we get the economic benefits. Okay, now it all makes a little more sense. That's the little piece I was missing. So if we go back here and we try hacking again, and it looks like they didn't have any defenses on this system, so we'll just try the direct approach again. Meanwhile, we can get rid of... damn it. We can get rid of these defensive programs back here. Because really, nobody's going to get to us unless they come through us over here. So we'll put an encrypt. We'll put an interrogate. No, just a track. Encrypt and track. Here. Now, an offensive one, piggyback, reduces the cost on hacking programs. Program must be placed on an enemy colonized star system. Oh, look at that. There's a whole thing there. Oh, we can put an offensive program over there. Interesting. Okay. This is our guy who is currently in the super science system. Hey, get more basic resources. Seekers are great for that. Adaptive taxation system's very helpful. Where are we over here? We're gaining antimatter. We're not gaining adamantium. There's adamantium, but it's located over here, and we can't get that until we've finished Sathras, and I really want to get Antares before I get anything else. So maybe after these guys are done, they will go to Aerie and try to get... oh, we've got adamantium here, too. That's good. So this is 9 turns away. This is 4 turns away. Why does it say 66% complete? Okay, got it. And over here, we're still waiting for this outpost to be destroyed. I think it's going to be destroyed next turn. Oh, our capital system has the ability to build more things. Now, this would increase the dust income of this system by 25%. Question, upkeep is 32, so multiply 32 times 4 and we have to get 128. If we make at least 128 in this system, then it will be worth it. It looks like it is. More than worth it. We're making well over 128, so this will give us a positive tax income. It'll also cost us 15 Hyperium. We're good on Hyperium for now, so I'm going to go ahead and say yes to that. And because science is our current major goal, this one seems good. We're going to be using what little of our adamantium we have access to. Ooh, 15 per planet is good. 20% boost to science output is very good. So let's add those 2 to the list. We're still very, very happy. So we don't need to worry about any of our happiness options here. And food-wise, we're still growing. But you know, we're not growing that fast. This would add 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 28, 30, it looks like. On those planets, yeah, this is probably worth doing first. Because we do have a lot of slots left on this ocean planet still. A lot of slots. So let's get some sustainable farms in there. We don't need intensive cultivation, though. That costs quite a bit more in upkeep. Plus some very strong strategic resources. This one only costs Hyperium. This one costs antimatter. And while we're not using, you know, a lot of antimatter or adamantium yet, we're going to need it for our ships pretty soon, I think. So it appears that we've searched all around our home area here. I'm not sure we need these scouts anymore. I do have some more scouts over here, right? I have just this one. So maybe what I'm going to do is take this Lost Horatio Scout, which is currently costing me 6, and bring him over here so I can sell him. Meanwhile, these scouts, this one scout here, I'm going to sell him as well if I can. These 2 scouts are going to head over to Braia, and I'm going to keep those 2 around and only those 2. Alright, let's see if I'm right in... Yep, there it goes. The outpost disappeared off Antares. So we may be able to... Oh, discovered Cha HA8. Way up there. Completely unnecessary and unrelated, and I can't do anything about it. We've discovered Horatio's home planet. Thanks for searching through there, Lamaris. We appreciate you.
How's it going? Good to see you making something of yourselves.
The Sophanity, huh? Uh-oh. Show me where this is happening. Are those pirates? Where the hell did these pirates come from? Either way, we're going to go ahead and take trophies. Wiped him out, just like that. Oh! They joined my alliance. I didn't get to vote on that. What the hell happened? I mean, I would have voted yes, but still. Oh, now we're at war with the Vidyani. We've inherited that war stance with the Vidyani because that's the situation with the Sophons. So, I guess it's a really good thing that that outpost died right before they joined my alliance. Now I'm hoping that we can get this entangled before they bring another stupid colony ship. We're going as fast as we possibly can. The only way we could go faster is when we get more of these technologies. So we could get improved fusion torpedoes and flak, but I believe we determined 76 and 6% chance of a critical. Is better than our Koyasil kinetics. It's just flat out more DPS. So the Koyasil has worked well for us, but now we're in the process of getting more advanced weapons. So we're going to do this, and what do we have over here? The boarding stuff. Smart flak. Oh, that's interesting. And this is the new type of hull. Well, let's do this here. We're going to get an extra 5 command. We were at 8 now, so that'll bring us to 13. When we get all the way up here, we get 1.5 per hull type. This shouldn't be here. This should be on the bottom. This should be here. But, oh well. We've got another enemy Cravers scout having sent his nonsense over here. He's going to be defeated yet again. In fact, it's probably the same. And here's war momentum went up because we forced him to retreat. So how's our war going against the Cravers?
What?
War momentum 0.6. Still going in our favor. That's good. Minus 0.2 from ground battles. So somewhere else the Cravers have won a couple of battles. Maybe against the Lumeris. We haven't really helped out at all with this. I'm going to try to get the militarists in some form of power. Okay, good. They are now established, so that we got an extra new law, Spoils of War Act. Well, that seems like it'll be pretty valuable in the future. But we still have pacifists as our main one. So the right thing rule is going to stay as our main one for quite a while. The Star Boogie Bill is super nice. I don't think we need Eyes of the Stars anymore. We just don't need the probes anymore. So let's get rid of that one and see what else is available to us. Lower fleet costs is going to be quite good. And it's a per turn thing. So we have to wait 20 turns before this is actually in effect. Yeah, let's do that. Now, we were looking at the various options for... Like, we wanted to upgrade our systems economically. Ah, we finally have a new type. Oh, that was the other one we found, which we didn't like. So, luxuries, happiness, ship buyout, and construction buyout. That's kind of nice if we have a lot of dust. Ooh, plus 100 science on the system. Ionic crystal. There's not enough of it. There's not enough. Endless foundries, though. Health regeneration and 3% production per system level on system. That's quite good. There's a lot of it. However, it's very expensive. I just wish there was more science stuff, but we haven't discovered it. That's the thing. We have not yet located or acquired this luxury resource. I guess we need to send more scouts out. Maybe that's what I'll do. I'll keep 2 of the scouts near me, and I'll send the others out.
Horatio's plans for this galaxy do not include your meddling and rudeness.
Okay, then. The 2 combatants meet on a neutral ship in a neutral system. Their lieutenants stand ready. A physician present, as merely a formality, turns their back. 2 men raise their guns, say a prayer for their families, and fire. They miss. The witnesses brace themselves for another round, but neither men can seem to find the energy to reload. There's a pause until the upstart says, "I think this has gone a little too far." They depart, and soon the story of the duel makes headlines everywhere. Hello! Spieled Alarm 66. We have the Unfallen today. So that's done. This planet has enough food, so it doesn't need that. We determined that the smart tax thing means you need to be making at least 128 income in order for that to have an effect. And it looks like that would be a positive effect here. So let's do that. We could consider... This is our last graviton-shielded laboratories we'll be able to build until we get more adamantium. So I'm not sure this is the right place for it. Pulveros, however, seems like a good place. I mean, we have no dry planets here, but 2 per pop on planets, and so that means as long as there's at least 4 pops, this will make us money too. So let's continue to increase our dust production, because we do not have enough to really build another fleet. We just don't. You know what we haven't checked? We don't... Oh, we haven't gotten impactless sites yet, which is the one that lets us buy heroes. I would like the ability to get another couple governors and or admirals. So let's merge these 2. What does the Lost Horatio one look like? I can't actually look at it. I can look at this one, I can't look at that one. Huh, that's interesting. Anyway, we have to go and search the world. I think we should probably not go searching into our enemy areas, but we can definitely go searching elsewhere. We could probably start here on Antares, because it looks like... Yeah, life form, that could be a luxury we don't know about. So here's hoping. This is almost entangled. We lost another on Ingress. Why? Why is Ingress population falling? Yikes. So the answer is it's because the mod author for this enhanced space mod. No, Spilled Alarm, you're not that far back in delay. I just haven't been looking at the chat very often because there's not that many people talking, so... I actually didn't know there was an update for this on Steam. You mean it came out recently? I saw there was a patch. I know they're working on fixing bugs. Maybe that's the one you're talking about from a week or two ago. Official release notes here, page 3. Yeah, 19 days ago they had a patch. They're basically working on polishing the game before I think they're going to call it done. That's my guess. They called this like a polishing effort. And so that implies to me that they're about to move on from it, and it's been out for a long time. They've been supporting it a good long while here. It really needs another balance pass before, and they said that's next in their list. But right now they're working on bug fixing of things, long-standing issues that have just been difficult to tackle. And then they're going to work on the final balance pass. We'll see. So how are we doing on any of these guys? Whoa! The war momentum with the Vidyani is real bad. They're winning that war against, presumably, our allies to the north here, the Sophons. That's not great. They're going to impose a treaty upon us or something. But we've got pressure against these guys. And that's really the only ones we have pressure against. Maybe we should do some more bureaucratic imbroglio, but we can't, damn it. The Sophons were the ones that we were using our diplomatic pressure against. But because we're allies, that diplomatic pressure is much weaker. Maybe we could do some diplomatic bureaucratic imbroglio against the Horatio.
Decision that comes at an
And I know I already did it against these guys, that's why I can't do it again right now. We're at war with them, so we can't use that. Maybe we'll do some bureaucratic imbroglio, because we got to get to plus 40 in order to pass this. 40 diplomatic pressure with somebody. Solo quest started. Chapter 3, Ancient Mysteries. See that your heroes gain both experience and power, or they may seek it elsewhere. So level up a hero to at least level 11. Can do. Time itself will... Ah, God, I really wanted to get that one. Oh, well. Riled Researchers. Well, I think we can afford the minus 20 on systems. It's not great, but we've got 17,000 dust in reserve. That could drain real fast if we had to build another fleet and get like a couple hundred down each turn. But for now, we're going to let that ride. Ah, we've got to another level of military tech, which actually means, what that means is our fleet here is no longer as strong as it can possibly be. It's only 8 of 13, so we need more. This was going to be a very nice production system for our whole empire, mostly because of this giant lava planet. Huge lava planet. Large lava planet. But it's not there yet. Craggy, burning, harsh. Well, that's this thing all over. So once it builds up its industry, then we'll use it. But for now, let's look at who's got the most industry. Our capital system has the most industry. I'm sorry, Tsing is not our capital system. That's nearby. And actually, Tsing also needs some more food. So we need intensive cultivation here in order to actually fill up this ocean planet. And I've already got... So now we need to decide what our ships look like. Not the fire ship. Needle. Has more options available to it. Well, Needle is already a close-range fighter, so maybe we'll just keep that the case. Doubling down. In fact, so basic ultra-dead slugs is better than Koyasil kinetics now that we've got it. I don't have a problem putting these improved reactive plates out there. It's really just a question of now, what do I put here? I think I put the kinetic modifier, right? 20% extra damage seems very strong. And I would really like to put a Hyperium engine on him. Hyperium re-shield. We don't have a lot of Hyperium, but this only costs 1. And it would make our fleets considerably faster. An extra 2 move points. Speed matters a lot. So the Needle is now upgraded. Our Well is a basic protector ship. And attacks attackers and hunter ships. Meanwhile, the light ship is the same, it's just bigger. Hmm. $42 would be 21 in its non-optimal situation. Let's just give them optimal range in all cases. And then we have to figure out how we're going to do their defenses. Jeez, that seems... that seems pretty good. I feel like we should have the T repair bots, because this is a ship that's gonna get shot at a lot. So that should be there, or increases chance to be targeted, but fleet movement points increased. This is a strong possibility. That would mean everybody in the fleet has 8 movement points instead, if we bring this guy along. Yeah, that seems okay. What I'm next going to want to consider for this fire ship, we have the Needle, which is really good at close-range engagements. But we could make this fire ship much better at medium range with lasers here. In case we're going up against enemies that have very good... that have very good projectile defenses. Because each of these adds a ton of health to it. There's only 2 support modules on this thing. Just look how much it costs to build these, though. This is where we have to spend our strategic resources very wisely. I'm gonna go one short of extra titanium. I could build, you know, another 2 titanium here. 750 and 120. We'll just do 800 and 130. Wait a minute. This one's objectively better than this improved reactive plating in some case. It does increase fleet XP, so we'll leave maybe one of those in there. And let's go back and look at the well design again. I just realized these are probably not the best play to just stack. Put 2 of the regular ones in there. Not going to go crazy with the cost of these. Now, am I in the process of researching another... No, we got all the best ones we can get here. We're getting new ultra-dense slugs. So maybe we should go back and redesign everything once we've researched those. Alright, last turn for this. United Empire is hanging out nearby. The Softens do need to big brain things up. 5 turns here. Alright, so we finally entwined this system. We can colonize it. There's only one area that's worthwhile to start with. And I had mentioned I want to put this guy in charge, but he's locked at his other place for 3 turns. That's too bad. Now this is a lush system, so alien grafting will give us a lot of boost to our output. We should probably also get that colony in there at some point, and then we'll come back.
It is refreshing to see that we are not the only sentients in the galaxy.
Yes, it is. Thanks for the heads up. Lobbyists for our empire's banks have been assailing senators for weeks in demands to ease some of the regulations. Well, no, I'm not a fan of that at all. 50% chance creating a major economic crisis. We're just going to deny that and say no. No, 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 no. We still have food problems here. Okay, Sustainable Farms isn't finished yet. Once it has, then we'll probably be okay. We'll have to reevaluate. We've almost got max population here, right? So it's very close. Now, this fleet needs to... It needs more vine ships now that I can have 13 in a fleet. That's what I need. Can I build more vine ships from here? 264. My current vine ships would take 2 turns to build. So let's get 3 of them lined up right away. And I'll build a couple more down here. And this is the system that has the most production in my entire empire. I think we're just going to build a bunch more vine ships in here too, so that we have 2 13s. So there's 3 there. We'll build 1 here. And we'll build 1 here. Alright, so we entwined that. We've colonized it. This one has 6 left on it. So now it's simply... Railguns are pretty good too. I could consider that. I don't like how... So, here's the issue, and maybe it's not really an issue, but maybe it is. You've got these kinetic, slugs, right? These simultaneously do a bunch of damage and defend you from missiles. If you do not build any of these, missiles will wreck your shit. But if you're going to build any of them, you should just build all of them, because otherwise you're being very inefficient. Right? Because the range on these things matters a lot. And so building these is the optimal move, because it simultaneously protects you from missiles and gives you a bunch of damage. The energy weapons don't do that. They don't do a double action. So if I built only energy weapons, somebody who's building missiles will wreck my crap. So I can't ever design ships because I've got that weird problem. There just doesn't seem to be any advantage to using energy weapons when doing so would leave you completely vulnerable to missiles. And simultaneously, there's no reason to ever build missiles because the other side won't leave themselves vulnerable to them. Missiles are only valuable if the other side doesn't build those kinetic weapons. So I really dislike that system completely. And I usually just results in me building all kinetic slugs, except for a few ships that build some energy weapons just to make sure the opponent can't benefit from only building armor. I just see no point in doing it any other way. I haven't done all the math, but that's kind of what it tells me. "13 turns for this one. Very important that that's done quickly. Now, we do probably want to go explore here. Not the Guardian one. Because I have read that if you explore the Guardian area... Ooh, no, that's the same one we didn't want. If you explore the Guardian one, then Metallic Waters. Ew. When you don't have an actual population there, that's problematic. Each expedition costs... Reward! Pirate ship spawned. How is that a reward? We'll do the other probe later. Over here, we've got the same situation. A life form curiosity. Come on, new luxury. Oh, it's a trap. Okay. Well, how is this pincer very strong? 107. I think we can beat him. Go, go, gadget questioners. Whew. Okay, got him. Proto-Orchid. Alright, that's a new luxury resource that we have. I want the science one if I can find it. That's Proto-Orchid, but it's actually not science at all. It's dust? What? Oh, Ionic Crystal is actually next in the list. I mean, it seems like Proto-Orchid would be good. I wouldn't mind putting Jadonics here, but I need something else that I have access to, and I don't have income anywhere else. I don't think I even have Transvine. Even if I did, Transvine is terrible. Hydromeal is also kind of terrible. Like, I don't need extra food on my systems. I don't need any of these things. I would like science, and I would like industry, and even dust wouldn't be bad. I could do dust. Alright, we're very close to redesigning our combat fleets. Lots of vine ships being built. I'm pretty concerned I have so many very vulnerable ships flying around. Let's redesign our smallest ship. So the Needle is going to go in close and do lots of damage. That's just what it's going to do. So we've got the unstable slugs. That's these basic unstable slugs. Defenses. Let's go ahead and reduce the use of titanium in these designs. And then the well, we do want the well to be like that. We've got some basic, you know, this is only going to have one offensive weapon. I want it to be able to go to whatever lane is useful. So this is fine. I'm okay with this too. The new question then is these new ships. These, the fire ship and the lightning ship, or what have you. You know, our vine ships should probably at least have the next level of tech there, so we can probably improve them at some point. Luxury prices increase. Okay. And right now we're researching the next level of these new big ships, which is good. I think we need to come down here and reveal the last set of curiosities in case there are any other luxuries that we don't have access to yet. Permitting this mod, but they're very expensive. So when you design your probe ships, you can put other things on them. Oh, these are regular improved probes. It's the strategic resource probe that has the movement point values on them. So 719 would go to 819, but then you could get rid of this because you don't need it anymore. But we'll just leave them the way they are. I don't need to worry about those scouts at the moment. You're not wrong about the vine ships. Okay, we can embed another sleeper. A back door allows us to start in this node, but it's just going to be found out because it's right inside their empire. They haven't tracked us at all yet over here. We've got 2 sleepers in the system. Look at this, a nice 5-planet system. Planet? Oh man, the Cravers are going to be destroying these things. Beautiful, beautiful swamp planets. Oh well. Not much for it. Alright, 10 turns left for this vine area. So, I don't know what the advantage of having the small ships versus the big ships is. Right? Like, this fire ship is just a bigger, better version of the Needle. It focus fires things. It has bonuses to weapon damage. Which is basically the same as this. It's just more expensive. And does more damage. And, like, the size matters. But our defensive modules are doubled anyway, so what the heck is the point of all this math? It doesn't seem to have a lot. Hello, see you later, Spilled Alarm. Like, the hull weakness number is kind of an implication of its size. And it says, oh, well, you have 1,200 shield capacity, and the defense is 390 divided by 100. You know, you do the math here. Energy defense plus hull weakness times 100 equals, you know, this or that. And then you check the shield penetration is based on the weakness and this other stuff. But it just comes down to the fact that shield modules, you need more of them on a bigger ship to get the same effect. Okay. But what the hell's the point of making this even a thing? Like, yeah, that's... I don't know. Yeah, I know the big ship weapon slots are twice, so it's like, is there ever a reason to use the small ships once you've got access to the big ships, I guess is my question. Is it just a question of the big ships are often too expensive, so you can't make a lot of them? If that's the case, that's fine. Like, what would the... If I put fire ship is 1888 versus a needle, but the fire ship uses 2 command points, right? Oh, 3 command points. Okay. So, if I built 3 needles, it would cost more than that. So the big ships are actually more efficient as well? So then I don't... Why would they define having small ships if at some point you're just going to have bigger, better ships and then you just throw away the small ships and never use them again? That seems like a bad design. Oh, are these Cravers? Get the hell out of here, Cravers. That's not allowed. I don't like that mediums are the be-all, end-all. I don't know if that's necessarily the case in this mod, but it seems like that's the case. They cost, you know, to fill the same amount of CP. I guess that's the thing, though, isn't it? Let's say you've got a 13 CP fleet is your max. You could have 4 medium ships or 12 small ships for the same price. So the small ships may do, you know, half the damage, but you can have 3 times as many. So there's still maybe some value to the small ships. I don't know. I just wish it was more... Mediums are better for blank. Smalls are better for blank. So this is our main fleet guy. Let's give him some more defensive bonuses. Because, like I said, the limitation on the numbers, the fact that mediums take up 3 times as many slots in the fleet, but only do twice as much damage and have maybe twice as much HP. Yeah, the combat system is definitely one of the weaker parts of it. I mean, we can even double... What is the difference in HP between these guys? So, 3610... versus 12,000. So this is 4 times as much HP. So each of these ships takes up 3 slots and is worth 4 times as much staying power. And its combat effectiveness is 1698. Well, that's not really fair. Yeah, no, I guess it does look like the mediums are just the way to go. Oops, there was a upgrade there I missed. So this guy is our system starter at the moment. Ah, that's another good one to get for that purpose. Can we move him over to the brand new system now? Let's find out. Yes, he's ready to move. So he's going to be here helping to speed that process up. This system now no longer has one. Ah. Sing is our science planet. This guy is here to hopefully get to that point. But for now... I guess we'll give him this. And then next turn he can get the +4 science thing. Science, governor! Alright, so this system is now 8 turns away. Okay. So, the thing about this is we've opened up adamantium slots, and we don't have any adamantium income. Can we buy some adamantium off the marketplace? We can. If we buy a lot, it costs us quite a bit. Let's just buy 20. It's half of our savings, but it's very important that we get it, and we're not going to start income for another 2 turns here. Because if I'm going to build these medium ships, I want to build them right. I want to build them with all their slots utilized, not with only part of it. Ah, excellent. An overseer would be a good option for one of my colonies. What does a Riftborn Overseer have for us? Riftborn bonuses include production, science, and science. And more production. That's actually quite good. It's also food and more production. So we could put this guy in charge of our most productive system. I think that's a good call. Our main production system. I think it's going to be Nakos. Oh no. Antares. That can't be allowed. They're 19 turns away, though. We're going to colonize instantly as soon as we're done with divining. So I think we'll beat their outpost. What? Oh, never mind. It's just telling me what I already knew. The outpost was created. And we've completed that quest. I thought the quest, like, caused the outpost to turn into a colony. I was like, what? Alright, so we've got this guy. I'm a big fan of your work in terms of those things. Alright, so let's figure out what is going to be our most productive system. This is a burning with 18 per pop. This is 17 per pop. This is probably going to be our most productive system. This is right towards the middle of our empire. So if we need to do a little terraforming, we might terraform one of these gas planets to become an even better production system, like turn this ammonia gas into a cloudless gas or something later on. But as of right now, this is not quite ready. It's only 291, but it'll get there. And we're going to put the Riftborn in charge right now just to get him in place. Now it's 348, so it'll get there sooner.
Do not press us too far.
The kin are under pressure. So, plus 30% production if we ignore the division between the militarism and pacifism on a case system. But we could create a major critical political crisis. I actually don't know what that looks like, and I don't really care. So we'll see if something happens on case. So there is quadrinics here that we're not mining yet because we don't have the technology. I wonder if we should prioritize getting quadrinics. Oh, it's way at the top there. It's not in the next tree. It's the one after that. Damn it. Okay. This is 1 turn away. This is 7 turns away. Why does that seem so long? 35. Because we started this a long time ago. Oh, we gained a pirate shuttle. It's not that we had to fight pirates. The quest reward was you get a pirate vessel get added to your fleet. Alright. That speeds it up a little bit more. So now we're at 13 of 13 here for the Vine ships. So all future Vine ships need to go this way. Who is this? The Sophons. So these guys, after the Vine ships are done adding this to the Empire, will go and grab Aerie. These guys will go and grab Bria, or one or the other. We're still doing okay on score, but look at the Cravers. 1130. If they turn to attack me, I'm in real big trouble. So, as soon as this is done, I'm going to design and start production of new military ships. For a new fleet, for a new tomorrow. And this system is a pretty important key. So we're going to make sure it has defense, defense, more defense, all of the defense, including exotic rations. And probably has to pay for all that. So this one seems not terrible. Dry or temperate? That's temperate. The rest are burning or freezing. So this is probably not going to be very valuable here. Xenotourism, also not going to be terribly valuable, but it'll still be something. Put this in the list too. In fact, have this paid for? Can't do it. Can't do it. It's too much money to worry about. Speaking of that, does Noxus have... It has the Horatio ones, right? So this new system here, we should send one of those extra... one of these amoebas to Sathras, the new area over there. Because we do have that special unique building that increases something based on the number of types of pops in the system. So what else is going on here that we can search for? A signal curiosity. Antonov rings. I love Antonov rings. Another signal curiosity. Oh, a Zavali population. Okay. Search the curiosity on the planet if you're ready to sacrifice 10 Hyperium. Rename the Nako system to honor the loss. No thanks. We'll search for it. Somebody in that probe went awry. Alright, this system can now be colonized, huh? What gets us the most food per pop? 2 or 3? Yeah, we'll go with the atoll one. Now. We don't have our searching units here. But the Vine ships can head to Nakas. Regrouping there. There we go. And the Vine ships can go to Aerie so that we can increase our adamantine income as fast as possible. Now this system does have some adamantine. We didn't settle there, so... let's speed that up. And this system, unlike the others, we're going to focus pretty heavily on defenses Production per planet and fertile and mild. That'll help as a flat bonus. We want integrated weaponry. We want a planetary shield. Oh, level 2. It should definitely be level 2 right away. That only takes 1 turn, and it's pretty significantly increases the output. Okay. So, because this is so close to Craver territory, I'm prioritizing defensive systems. So, Nakos is, after, in the next 20 turns or so, going to become our main military outpost that's producing ships. But in the meantime, we're going to stick with our old method in this old system. So in 8 turns, we'll at least be able to outfit this fleet with a full complement of destroyer-class ships. Hopefully that's fast enough. It's true that trees do not want to become Craver firewood, Tingle. That's true. I asked around. I took a survey. Oh, we lost more population in Ingress. How is this happening? I guess we need more intensive cultivation logistics. Oh, and a smart tax collection wouldn't be out of line. Public-private partnerships. That's going to use up my adamantium that I really, really need for my ships. So, as much as I want to increase my science, it looks like I'm out of luck. There we go. Enhanced fire class hull. So now let's go in here and make sure they can get to level 2 quickly as well. Okay. So. Now we can go in and make some proper fire ship classes. Lower chance to be targeted with ship evasion. That's kind of nice. Okay. Since we're all about defense, I gave these guys a whole bunch of beam weaponry, huh? Specifically improved sync lasers, which is 122 DPS. Well, no, let's look at it up here. It's 42, which means it's 21 if it's at short or long range. But if it's at medium range, it's doing 42. That's pretty good. Oh, and they've got one extra large slot. Accepts a heavy version of the module. 2 times DPS and cost. Very interesting. Well, maybe we put one of these improved pinch beams up there. Just in case it winds up firing at a different distance. Because the enemy might try to close in on us. We don't have a lot of information about what kinds of ships the Cravers might bring to bear, or do we? Let's go look, because we've got a sleeper over here, don't we? S Invader, Small Invader. This is their protector class, but it uses projectile weaponry and is effective at shortest range. I probably should get my scouts over here to shoot some scout-type probes at the enemy and see what I can find out. Oh, I actually need them here, don't I? Well, we'll send the other guys to do that. Because we have scouts in here. Guardian, Guardian. Alright, in that case, these scouts can go this way. Oh, I sent them the wrong way. They need to go over here. Oh well. So, is that a Vidyani ship? We're still at war with them, right? How dare you? How dare you come over here? Oh, that's an interesting point. I didn't really pay attention to that, did I? I didn't actually put anything in there yet, but you're saying if I were to use this module here that would normally cost me 6 Hyperium. Putting it over here costs me 12. Ooh, that is a very good point. We also know they have no energy defense on this ship. I don't know if that means the rest of their ships are weak on energy too, but it's worth considering. Okay. The other thing that the building your ships is also a factor of what kind of cards you have available. Because if you have a card that you want to use that has long, medium, well, you better make sure your ships are long and medium range capable. If you want to use plasma distortion, some of your ships better be short range, some of them better be medium, and some of them better be long. So the cards that you will choose to work with heavily impact what kinds of ships you should design. Which brings me back to what cards do I want to work with here. So these are the ones I currently have, but I could have any of these other ones over here. I've unlocked a bunch of extra cards. Bonus health recovered at the end of the battle. No critical hits. Shield penetration on weapons modules. That one might not be bad if we go with a heavy energy system usage. Bonus experience on fleet is nice. Get Lucky is bonus critical hit on weapon modules. 30% damage bonus when allied ship destroyed. Oh, okay. So when they destroy one of my ships, we get a defensive damage bonus. I'm liking this one. And gravity distortion is also good if we're going to be going up... Power to the shields is valuable in the sense that, now these locked slots, I don't know when we're going to get the next one available, but plasma distortion, I'm thinking that one might work. So, when it comes to this fire ship, we're now going to finally make the design. We've got these sync lasers, and we're going to put one of these improved pinch beam to give us better versatility. And we could maybe put an advanced railgun here. That seems pretty good. Ignoring shields and plating, I think the railgun might be the right thing to put on the front there. Then for defense, projectile defense is probably the best. We've now got 80% hull plating absorption. Okay, and what can we fit for... Now, it doesn't have any of these squadron modules. Yeah, just have the one fast applying thing. Okay, so this seems good. 24 Hyperium for this. That's pretty damn expensive. Maybe we could tone it down just a little bit. This is 19 as opposed to 25. So yeah, let's... it's now only 20. That's better, but I think we need to make it one more. 16. Because Hyperium is not... We have a lot of titanium in reserve. We don't have a lot of Hyperium. So this seems like a good, balanced design for our fire ship. Now, the light ship... There's 13. So we can have... These are also 3-pointers, I believe. Yeah. So we could have one of these and 3 of the others, plus some other combat-capable ship. Now, these are all about their defensive and utility modules. let's make sure it's got the speed to keep up. It's going to have another thing that increases the fleet's movement points. Do we also want it to figure out how to block enemy cloaking? I've never messed around with the cloaking. We could try to make our fleet stealthy. But what is the alternative we could put on this ship? Hang on a tick. Hang on a tick. Let's go back to the fire ship real quick. Instead of this module, that just adds a little bit more damage. 4807. What if we increased energy damage? Doesn't seem like it's going to benefit us that much. Beam. Oh, I was going to do some of these as lasers. At least one of them should have been a laser. So now the ship as a whole prefers short range? That can't be right. Oh, railguns are short range. I thought railguns were long range. Missiles is what I'm looking for. That's what I was thinking about. You're right. The enhancers only seem to be worth it if you focus entirely on one type. So I was thinking about making this a mostly long but also good at medium range option. Mostly because of this guy right here. Alright. So if that's my long medium, I could then also make a short-range fire ship. That's all about the close range. So the railgun would be up front here. This would also be useful. Oh, but it's not going to go in the flotillas with the other ships, so they can't be protected from missiles. Oh, God, that's annoying. I've got an idea. I think I got an idea. Okay. Basic ultra-dense slugs. It's probably what we want in most of these areas, but maybe we put some improved ultra-dense slugs in a few places. And then one more of those railguns. Or do we just build all railguns? Like, what is the benefit of railguns? What is the detriment of railguns, I guess I should ask. If it gets to ignore shields and hull plating, doesn't that make it superior in every way to these slugs? I guess the slugs are the only things that can shoot missiles. Like, I could just have one ultra-dense slugs here to help against missile weapons. I mean, they seem to be exactly the same range as everything else. These are only 85% effective at short range, then it's 50-10. These are 150-10. And while these do more damage, this damage is going to be reduced by the enemy armor. Oh, they are also much more expensive to build as far as production goes. So we could watch this go from 3154 to 2942 if we do that. I want one of each of these, and then the rest can be basics. And then we get the one decent thing in the back. So that's an okay distribution of resources there. So this is my short fire ship. It's exclusively designed for short range, a little bit of medium range too, but mostly it's all about the short range. Hello, Solace. So I've got a fire ship that's good at long and medium. I want to build 2 of those plus the short one. The problem is this fire ship, as good as it is at long and medium, is very vulnerable to missiles, right? I guess that's why I got to put a lot of projectile defenses on it. So maybe it's not that vulnerable to missiles. And lastly, we need to figure out what we're going to do with this light ship. This is the one that's going to be mostly absorbing shots from the enemy. But oddly enough, doesn't seem to have as many defensive slots as the other ship does. So I gave it a bonus to fleet movement points. And what else can I give it that'll be worthwhile? Probably a repair thing. But also, like, fleet cloaking level seems like a good one. An anti-cloaker one seems like a good one. I don't know. I've never messed with the cloaking. Oh, these guys have a squadron slot? What? I didn't know that. And the other thing is, bombers seem way, way better. So the fighters, do fighters fight bombers? They must fight bombers, right? Like, if I have no other fighters anywhere on my ship, I should probably have these guys. Projectile versus energy, you say. Slightly higher DPS, slightly lower damage. Let's put these guys on there. Then I can put one big gun on this thing. Oh. Well, let's make it kinetic so that it's got good damage versus enemy missiles, I guess. I don't know how the covert ops things work. Like, do you get bonuses in combat if you're hidden and then attack from hidden stuff? I don't know how that all works. Maybe we don't worry about the stealth stuff. Maybe instead we worry about adding T repair bots that repair our defensive ships after battle. Increases chance to be targeted, but repairs ship by 5% each phase. That's also real good. And it lowered the amount of Hyperium we're using, which is a lot. We're using a lot of Hyperium here. Ugh. I don't see another good option. Anyway, we were going to use one of these for fighters. Could we use both of them for different fighters? P laser fighters in addition to regular fighters. That way, we won't be using our squadrons to damage enemy ships, but we'll make sure that if the enemy brings squadrons, you know, we've still got some better. Man, how is our ship that's like the defensive guardian ship got so much less defensive capabilities than our main attack ship? I put as many things on there as possible, but 66 is much smaller. The other one's 80% projectile defense. I guess it does pay to just kill them. I guess we'll figure it out. Either way, we're going to start production on... That's the continuation of theirs. These guys are going to be done. So they're going to start production on... Let's do a regular fire ship, a short fire ship, and a light ship. That's where we'll start. Maybe the way that... That's 369. which means we would have 4 regular ships we could stick out there, adding to it. Let's go with that. We seem to have enough resources for that fleet now. Oh, Case is idle, huh? Dry or temperate? Ooh, plus 100% star system trade value. That's really good. We don't have the resources for it, though. Mantle of Unity can only be built once. That's a lot of influence. We already have a lot of influence, but that's a lot of influence. Food is going to become a problem if I don't do this, because that's just going to be an issue. We do have strategic deposits, so that's going to be an effective use. And then 3 on temperate. So that would also be an effective use. Okay, we'll figure out from there. I know what else I want to do is build a subsidiary trade company here. That'll get us our first trade route. It'll probably bypass Sing, which is disappointing because it's basically right along the same route. You can't adjust it at all. Ah, we're finally at a technology stage where we don't know exactly what we want to do. Did we already unlock? No. So we should definitely come down here. So I like this simple, and we get terraforming stuff as well. Advanced probes and adamantium drive. We're not going to have enough adamantium for that to matter. Lots of bonus food. Ooh, bonus to population slot on tiny and small can be very valuable, just not right now. 3 population slots on gas planets. That can be pretty valuable. So let's get that one too. And we need 1 more here. Other types of probes. Probably this one for now. So that'll unlock the last level of curiosity. I'm still unsure how we could possibly get another level, much less a level after that, a 3rd level 4 modernization. We don't have any resource income except Jadonics and Hydromel, which is just awful. I don't need 100 food on the systems. Most of my systems have too much food. I guess then we should consider somewhere over here is a building which converts food. Yikes, that is super strong. To none of those things. Something converts food to production, excess food to production. Maybe it's down in this sector. There it is. Food converted into production when population's at max. Plus 3 cap max on gas and other things. Okay. Ooh, plus 20. This is an Empire improvement. Plus 20% dust per friendly major faction on Empire. We definitely want to get this sometime in the near future. Permanent vacation. Alright. And this will also be necessary. Conquer a system? Yes, you definitely want to get the siege weapons, the titanium AS2 slugs or whatever they are. Oh, it's actually down here, isn't it? Right there. Remember, I'm using the Enhanced Space 2 mod, so it moves stuff around in the tech tree. I don't know exactly where this is on vanilla. I think it's in a similar spot. So yeah, that's very important. In fact, I haven't done it, but I need to I'll create the slot. I'm probably not gonna... yeah, this one has a lot of those. Well, it has 4. Anyway, I call this one Catapult. And really, all I do is I put one movement thing, and then I just do this. This is my siege weapon, so this is minus 30 per ship, which is pretty nice. And I don't even need to put anything else on it. All it needs to do is move and siege stuff. I have combat fleets that will defend it. So that's that. And then you can also make another one, and maybe we use the bigger one for this. 1, 2, 3. It only has 4 slots. I don't think that's worth it. We'll use another loam. Call this one Trebuchet. And with this one, we'll add a similar option, but then we're going to also make the fleet go a little faster. And no, not flotilla destruction. Oh. There's also one that lets you add extra manpower to the fleet. That's kind of what I was thinking, of getting the one that has extra manpower. But this is actually flotilla crew destruction. That's not what I was thinking about. So I'll just add 2 more of these. But if I unlock that, which is here, then the trebuchet would have 2 of these. Mainly because what it means is you can bring extra manpower and do a ground battle earlier. Yeah, that's the way that I normally do it, is I have that trailing fleet of siege ships. It doesn't even have to be that big, but at least some that are specialized in that. Is that how this is working? Does the Alliance vote, or are they just offering it to me? Like, okay, I guess. I don't really... I just don't want to be kicked out of the Alliance if I agree to the truce. Alright, so here we may have the opportunity to do a few more of these. Quest Curiosity. Good. Subterranean Curiosity and Atmospheric Curiosity. Ooh, Orichalcix. Excellent. Oh, but then we found a high gravity anomaly. Look at that guy. He looks really stressed. There's too much gravity in this planet. Oh, it sucks. Oh. We found them and rescued them, so we get extra science on the Empire for 10 turns. That's such a powerful quest. 20% Empire-wide science. That's insane. I mean, it definitely seems insane. 14 turns to get Aerie under our control, and therefore another Adamantian source. We're desperately trying to colonize this so that we can at least start an Adamantian production. It's our weakest situation. I mean, our Hyperium is also very low at this point, because I did just queue up a ton of ships. Okay, I guess we could embed another sleeper, but let's create a back door so we can add sleepers elsewhere, I guess. Now, why isn't... we can't have too many people in the Alliance. No. Build 3 science improvements. Well, I'm sure that shouldn't be too hard. Plus 2% dust and Empire per assimilated miner. Well, we only have the 1, so that's not great. We still need 40 diplomatic pressure on somebody. Who's it gonna be? To them. So let's hedge our bets and do both.
We are at war.
Let's do all 3. We're at Cold War, buddy. Get your terms right.
I will
Horatio acknowledges your decision.
Hey, Empire Academy is now possible to build. Food and dust per original Empire pop. This is our guy on ours. Let's definitely give him the bonus to extra science. Alright, this is the turn we're going to get Antares. think. Nope, one more turn. 80% of the galaxy. I didn't do a lot of it. It was mostly other people. Fire and light. Final chapter, head and heart. It may be blasphemy or madness, but I desire to know the nature and the power of the heart and what she is trying to say. I believe we need to study the past, but with the new tools of the present. Mufasa claims the heart is a living spirit, older than the endless, and has watched over the Unfallen since the birth of our world. Atalata, on the other hand, refers to the heart as an artificial proto-consciousness trapped within the mechanical interior of this planet, an interior whose existence has only recently been affirmed by Safan scientists, and I would that the heart were a repository of knowledge, a god, and a reliable ally in troubling times, but the crutch of religion has been removed from me, and I now believe that the heart is anything but mystical. Still, it is also not imaginary. It is there. It throbs. It whispers. So, reach the 4th stage in one of the quadrants of the technology tree, or terraform Heartfire 2 into a jungle or monsoon planet. What the hell is Heartfire 2? I'm sure it's going to show me, but oftentimes I'm very wary of the quests that say, oh yeah, just do this thing in this place, and then the place is like way across the galaxy. That's a terrible design. So I guess I gotta go with this one. Fire forming enables direct terraformation of barren into forest, Arctic and forest, snow into forest. This one lets us turn lava and ash in desert. I guess we'll do one of them. No! I said no to this a while ago.
Horatios.
So we gain a new defensive module that costs some antimatter and is theoretically a better shield than the ones that we have. Let's take a quick look at how it would work on, let's say, our well ship. 50, 1600, and 650. Wow. It doesn't have that much of a health bonus, but the shield capacity and the energy defense are insane. So what if we replaced one of these with it? How would that make our energy defense? It goes up to 92. And the 1200. Yeah, we get an extra 400 there. Yeah, I think I should have that in these designs. At least one of them. So instead of this guy, 1900 and 660. Oh. It's actually not as good as the one I've... Well, no, that's only... It's only 950. Oh, this is showing 1900 because it's... Okay. So it is still better, because when we do this, it now shows up at 3200 because it's doubled. That's right. Oh, why did it go away? Oh, I've already done a short fire. Regular fire ship then. Why does it... It replaces but doesn't stay. There we go. And then I did well. Did I do needle? Does needle need it? I think so. Alright, that's slightly better. Alright, so we're vining this. This is one turn away from fully vine-tastic nature. Simple anomaly reduction is done. So that leads us to go through and see. We can get rid of the multiple moon mission, though. And access engineering will reduce the shattered crust penalties. Basically, we want to keep doing that everywhere we can. We can also technically terraform into stuff here, but I don't think I want to just yet. Well, snow would just give up one dust and instead give us one science. This is a science place, but it's actually a production place. It's the biggest, bestest option. So steps would actually help us, because they're craggy. That's not a terrible idea. But let's hold off until that system's full. We'll see how their food situation is before we decide. Alright, meanwhile, here on Sathras... Oh, you've got moons. Nothing here to be reduced just yet. But this is our brand new area. It's a water. Does this help with water? Yes. +1 on mild and +2 otherwise. So +3 would be this. It's small, but it's still worthwhile. And then Tundra should probably be the next one that we colonize. Anyway, the rest of these don't have any negative traits to remove. Quiet, you phone. Alright. Yeah, we just did this one. Okay, so that finishes that situation. Alright, let's get Antares. I thought I already did assign a hacking operation. I have this one going. I can have 2 now? Oh, yeah, look at that. It'll take 19 turns, but it should be successful. Using up all my bandwidth. Dust is definitely looking like a problem. Did we finish? No, we're in the process of finishing that subsidiary. That'll get us a trade node that should significantly increase our dust output. Oh. Well, that was easy. Is that the end of our faction quests? Are we done now? Quest, that was a solo. This is our faction quest. It just starts with chapter 4. It says this all the time. It's also wrong most of the time. Why do they keep joining my alliance? I don't want that many. I want to win my own victory. But supremacy means bring all major factions' home systems under your control. It's saying, hey, guess what? You've got 4 of the 8! Well, yeah, because we have 4 people in our alliance. That doesn't mean we're close in any manner of the word to winning that victory condition. See, the science victory, it's going to be harder because I'm part of this big alliance. I don't want to be part of this big alliance. Oh, this is the chapter 4 of the generic academy. And this one wants me to terraform that into a temperate planet. I'm not going to do that, though. I'm very worried about these stupid Cravers, though. Look how big their score is. That's not cool. I'm glad that we've got an alliance to work against them, but I need to start kicking them off of systems.
Stop toying with the Empire.
Plans for this galaxy do not include your meddling and rudeness.
So, Horatio is the red. Ooh, okay. They still have some systems over there. So who are we at war with now? Cravers. And the Empire's winning. Holy shit.
The Empire admires your nerve. What do you want?
It's winning a lot. So, like, where's the Empire then? Oh, they're over here? Yeah. Oh, there's a bunch of empty planets over here, too. Look, hey! Dark glitter! That seems great. I want it. Yeah, we're not close, though. When you say imminent, that means we are potentially within a few turns. We're not even close! Nobody's near the Craver homeworld. Nobody's near the Empire homeworld. I freaking hate that part. I hate it a lot. So back here, this is the time boost to, I don't know, to dust production. 63, 22, 20, that's not great. Dry and temperate. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. And it's only worth 32. We're not getting a lot out of that, no. Force peace is the most fun diplomatic option. Ooh. 15 science per planet and a 20% science boost. Yeah, we're going to do that. And after that, I'm not sure what we're going to do. Because this system doesn't seem to be good for anything else, really. So I think it's just going to be turned into a public 3D printing in order to help shore up our current shortage of dust. Now, this system can now be colonized by me however I want. Swamp Planet seems like... And it's instantly colonized. Which means that my erstwhile ally simply just helped me colonize that other forest part. Thank you, ally. It was very nice of you to have started that for me. Those seem like a good place to go. This is also a system... This system is actually deep in the Alliance, right? Our allies over here, the Sophons, aren't going to come attack me over here, so I probably don't need to worry about defending it anymore. I'm going to leave these secondary fleet ships here, just in case, though, and send the Vine ships over to Bria. Now, we're at 8 of 6, which the Empire still is mostly devoted to. Everybody's still very happy. It seems like impossible for this faction to not be happy in some way. Alright, we'll send these guys over here. Oh, they took away some of our sleepers. That's too bad. They found them. I wonder what they did to them. They're the Cravers. They probably ate them. Now, this one here is also problematic. Doesn't have a lot of luxury deposits, does it? I need to figure out where to put this, though. So let's see. This has 1 luxury deposit. What other systems have good luxury deposits? None. 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 2, 3, 4. This is where we're putting it. One. 3. Yep. Okay, so we figured out where we're going to put that. Trade Clearing Bureau. Well, this would be nice, but we need a lot more adamantium in order to pull it off, so that's just not happening anytime soon. One thing we can consider instead of citizen science is Slag and Sludge Center, but I don't think we want that because I think the science we're getting from this is just too valuable. So what does this system need, then? It doesn't look like there's any other buildings. We don't need the happiness buildings. We can't afford to build the science buildings at the moment. So maybe we just have it convert 25% of its production into science. Alright, so we've got a decently strong fleet here. It's not great, but it'll hang in there against an enemy. Do some damage, probably. So we've got a truce with the United Empire. New election coming up. The only thing here is a Guardian. So let's send this guy on a little tour of the other systems that we've just colonized. Make sure we've got all the Guardians we can utilize. Oh, I forgot I got this guy. So this is essentially the last system. Well, these two are the last systems that we're going to be colonizing. We're getting this soon. What are these other options we've got? EMP weapon deactivation duration? What does that even mean? EMP off of a... I don't have an EMP weapon, so it seems like those should be unlocked with an EMP weapon. Damage per targeted CP. Oh, interesting. Squadron boost DPS, that's good too. These are nice. Unlimited information highways. Because you get a 10% boost to all your FID. And this is what we do later. Okay.
It is refreshing to see that we are not the only sentient.
I've heard that one before. Remnants and refugees. Case would get 2 extra pops. 20% chance of negative consequences. Meh, we'll roll the dice. Bonus happiness everywhere. There's so much happiness we don't even have to build any happiness buildings. So here's our military production guy. We'll get even more production per pop. There we go. What is our situation with these guys? Yeah, 1,000 points to unlock them. The next hero is going to take a while. So we gained deep atmosphere habits. So we could possibly increase population slot on lunar anomalies and gas planets. But look at this. To get +3 slots on a gas planet, it's 256 upkeep. What? That's crazy. Gas planets are good. They are very productive in certain situations. But, my God, 256 dust is almost certainly not worth it unless it's like way late in the game and we just have a ton of extra dust. So we're going to hold off on that one. Oh, but good news. We have some trade routes. Let's go ahead and take a look at those. Producing 132 dust. Well, that's not enough. And it's on Ingress, which, if I understand correctly, means the dust is actually forming here, right? No. Where's the dust from that headquarters being collected. Maybe it's part of the 340 from planet? It's gotta be, I guess. I don't want to do all the math. I'll just assume that's the case. Either way, increased dust and science income. Well, we're making our way there. So if we zoom out and take a look at the trading empire, you can see... What is that? Your defensive program has spotted an enemy hacking operation passing through this node. Trace operations started automatically. Once the origin of the hacking operation has been identified, the response options will be available. Nakos to question mark 8 turns ago. Is that what this is? Let's go ahead and reveal Sleeper. Ooh. 10 turns with no production or... Oh boy. That's actually a really rough choice. Okay, I guess we got to dismantle this barricade system. It's going to take up all our production for a while, but it is what it is. So the Unfallen have gotten extra recovery rate. The problem with all of the recovery rate boosts is, like, if you've lost a system, you're probably not getting it back. You're probably not. There are some situations where your combat-capable fleet wasn't nearby fast enough to get it back, but most of the time you're not. We've unlocked the Amoeba Law, and we've unlocked a Guardian Law. We never actually checked out what those were. So let's take a look what we've got available for laws. We probably don't need to start Boogie Bill. This is the Guardian Law, minus 50% of peaceful treaty costs. This is the Amoeba Law, I guess. Minus 50% diplomatic pressure. Hacking? Something? God, I wish these tooltips were better. They use so many frickin' icons and they just don't explain themselves well. As beautiful as the interface is, it does a really bad job of explaining its systems. A moon base would be great. Because it costs 8, but it gives you 50. Fantastic. We've got a lot of planets with anomalies on them, so this is not bad either. Plus 2 population slot per lunar anomaly. That's way too expensive. We're not doing that. And Sing has nothing to build either. This might be where we turn it over to Planet Cracker Factory Lab. That will let us get more science so that we will have something to build here eventually. Gain experience based on their income and gain levels based on this experience. Higher levels contribute to the overall income of a company. Yeah. Alright, I think we need to make level 3 modernization. I mean, it gives you the extra FIDs. It's just too valuable to not have. And even though Hydromiel is kind of terrible for us at this moment, some of the systems could benefit from it, and the decrease in overpopulation unhappiness is good. Minus 10% upkeep as well. So let's see how many we can get to do that. We're going to run out of Hydra meal here. There it is. So what can we buy on the market for Hydra meal? We can buy 42, but we can't buy 42 because we'd jack up the price too much, so we can only buy a little bit. We'll buy 11. And how much income do we have for Hydra meal? 5 per turn. So we'll eventually be able to get more of our systems operating with that level 3 system level, but for now, that's what we got. All right, we're going to call it here. Thank you guys for watching, and we will be back tomorrow, 10:30 Eastern Time, as long as my computer doesn't screw up again. Of course, me to wait until later. So I will bid you adieu.